Shazam! Just like that, we are live. Jim Jordan loves to use the word Shazam, which was originated, of course, by Gomer Pyle back when he was at the filling station in Mayberry and then later on Gomer Pyle USMC. Love that show. Loved Jim Neighbors, God rest his soul. He was a lot of fun. Lived in Hawaii for many years. He did, and so we're just popping on here. There's already one person. Let me know your name, rank, and serial number. Where are you one from? Let me guess. I wish Powerball was this easy. No, I don't know. I could be wrong. But whoever you are, I appreciate you, and we'll see how many we get here. Oh, they left. I scared them. I scared them away. Oh dear. Oh dear. We're going to be live this Saturday night at midnight East Coast time. That's like our prime time, I hope. Saturday night, midnight East Coast time, daylight savings time. And we would love to hear from you. We're going to have a lot of topics to talk about when we do meet. We're going to talk about your emails and your comments here in the various videos, many of them about the pastor from Benton, Arkansas, Bob Joyce. I think my emails on the Bob Joyce topic have gone up like 70% since December. Takes me a while to get through them, so I can miss commenting sometimes. Uh, we do have somebody watching. Where are you watching from? Love to know. Say howdy. We'd love to talk to you. And of course, we'll get some in the replay that will miss this. But yeah, that's the reality. We just get a lot, and as I have said before, I'm kind of like in the Tom Jones situation, although nowhere is near as famous, and that's fine. But in any concert that he ever gives, he must sing. It's not unusual. What's New, Pussycat, and Delilah. If he doesn't, if he doesn't sing those three songs, the audience will go away mad. So after he sprinkles them throughout the show, but that keeps the audience happy, and he can do any song he wants. He can do new material, and we're always trying to do new material here at the Virtual Church of the Disillusion. We have a complete list of videos um, in our channel list. They're not all about Bob Joyce / Elvis. There's many topics, and I hope you'll check out the complete list. I just did a video on a doo-wop icon. That would be Larry Chance from Philadelphia, who also known to be in the Catskills of the great state of New York. Not as great as it used to be, this state, but that's true of so many states, and certainly true of many cities, and perhaps in Florida too. But about 9 years or so ago, and I did know this to Stephen with a P. Would that be Steepen? Steepen, like the kettle, like the tea kettle. He let me know about this song, and I listened to it last night for the first time. Listened to it for the first time, and it's called Elvis, He's Alive. Larry comes to no judgments on who Elvis may have become. And if you do interact with him on Facebook, for example, remember that he's not there to entertain what we talk about here. He just made some observations about Elvis still being with us past 1977 and perhaps still today. So the Larry Chance video is up here at the Virtual Church of the Disillusioned. I have a promo video for Saturday night besides your emails and your comments. we'll be open to what you would like to talk about. It's a forum here where we have fun, fun, fun until Daddy takes the T-bird away. We will be talking about travel tips. I'll be asking you Saturday night about where you like to vacation. What's that special place that you just adore and you go to again and again and again? Be thinking about that and be ready to tell us on Saturday night at midnight East Coast time. So let me know where you're watching. We got three people now. Let me know. Oh, Susan's here. Hi, Susan. I've been saying to people, listen to the song. It's awesome. I said it on your comments. Thank you. Yeah, I've been just in production for the last few hours, Susan. I did happen to catch your howdy um, when I looked to see how the views were doing. But I'll probably take a break after this, and then later tonight I'll look more at the comments and what have you. Although I check them out on my phone too. Uh, Before that, see everything is okay. And yeah, I didn't know this existed. I've seen Larry Chance. I called him Larry King in the first take of the video we did. And I was the funny thing was is I was referring to Jimmy Sturr when I called him Larry King, which makes no sense at all. I think it has to do with the Polka King. I just realized what's going on in this crazy brain of mine. And let me tell you, it's scary. It's scary. I'm a few fries short of a Happy Meal. But anyway, yeah, I thought so too. And Larry does a beautiful vocal on there. Um, I don't know if he'll ever come on here. Once we start doing Zoom interviews, I would love to have him, but I don't know. I don't know. Um, someone, as I said, have seen many times in concert because he made his home near the Hudson Valley, and he performed at the Jimmy Sturr Christmas show here in Orange County, New York, a number of times, and other places too. He's been with Jimmy, so including being in the audience because he likes the polka, and of course Jimmy Sturr, whose polka weekend is coming up at Villa Roma. See the Villa Roma Resort. There's still time for you to go to jimmystir.com and sign up. They got about 10 rooms left, and then it's a complete sellout. This is 3 days of heaven at a very reasonable price, somewhere between 8 and 850 for a couple. And you go in on Friday afternoon. You if your room's not ready, and it usually always is, you just check your bags with them, and then you go to the welcome party, right? Oh my goodness, got open bar, and it's Jimmy Sturr staff, including his lady that's the bartender for that part. The great Barbara, what a great woman she is, and Anita, the fan club president as well. And they have an open bar for a few hours, and playing will be one of the poker old timers. Did I say polka? Polka old timers. That would be Joe Stanky and the Cadets. Joe Stanky and the Cadets. They'll be on stage. This nightclub setting reminds me very much, not as grand, I wouldn't say that, of the make believe ballroom in The Shining with Jack Nicholson. It's very old school, black and red are the colors, and a nice stage. And so you have all these hors d'oeuvres, my goodness, trays of hors d'oeuvres and the drinks, and they have a screwdriver. You can make your just get your glass and have your screwdriver that's in a big fountain there, or you can just have water. You can stay straight, and you have all these hors d'oeuvres, and then before you know it, that's over at 6 o'clock, and it's time to go up to the second floor for one of their gourmet dinners. You're going to have 6 meals, including two breakfast buffets, and a nice room, very old school looking, but really cool, really comfortable beds and what have you. I bring my own pillow because I like the smaller pillows. But then the last time I was at Villa Roma, the pillows were smaller. I can't take a big massive pillow. I have to have my own pillow. That's one thing I would recommend just to be sure. And the dining room is grand and it's splendid. The food is out of this world. You have to put off your diet when you go to Poker Weekend. It's just too tempting. It's too tempting. So there's that, and that lasts 3 days. Jimmy Stir plays on Saturday night, and um, during the day on Saturday is the legendary. This will be She'll be playing Friday night and Saturday during the day. Molly B, star of the Clint Eastwood movie The Mule. Well, she and her husband Ted Lang, who formed the group with others, Squeezebox. They were in the movie The Mule because Clint Eastwood is a huge fan of Molly B, who will be at Poco Weekend. Hello, Debbie Inglis. How are you? I'm glad you found us here and to pop on to Pop Off Ramblings. We're going to talk about Karen in a second. Um, but so Poco Weekend's a really great thing. Um, Great lunches, great dinner. Saturday night is Caesar night. It's an Italian setting, and my goodness, you can't eat that much. There's like 9 or 10 things they throw at you, even squid, which I'm not partial to, but they got the raviolis, the sausage, and whatever. This is very Italian. This is all before your main meal of prime rib or fish or whatever you're going to have. They usually give you like 3 choices. Now, Sunday morning, we have a polka mass. It's not really a polka mass. Jimmy Stir is the orchestra for Father Bill, but it's a regular mass with the Jimmy Stir Orchestra. And then well, first we have a breakfast and then the mass, and then we go upstairs. The guys bring some of their instruments upstairs to the stage that'll be right there in the dining hall. We have a lot of pomp and circumstances. The pom-poms are flying, and then we come in and Jimmy plays one more set, and then we have our goodbye lunch. And Sunday afternoon, it's back on Route 17A to 17, and another Poker Weekend is history. But if you're interested, there's a few more spots. Well worth it. 3 days of heaven, 2 nights lodging, and just a little over $800. Gratuities are included, but there are special services that you can get there. They have professional makeup, they have bowling, they have a big game room, and they have a pool, an indoor pool, which we'll be hitting, and a hot tub, a big hot tub. We usually do that on Saturday morning before we go see the music. We go after breakfast, we wait a bit and we go for the pool and the hot tub at Villa Roma. It's one of those places. Pick a place that you want to pass away in. That might be one of my choices, either that or Maine, but I just want my kids to be there too with me. Shelly B, I knew you'd get here, Shelly B. Well, hello, Jack. Hello, Shelly. And Cheryl Everhart. I'm putting Everhart. Don't put an extra syllable in there. Hi, Jack. Hi, Cheryl. I'm glad you found us here. This is Pop On to Pop Off Ramblings. It can happen any time of the day or night. Joseph Kelly found us too. My goodness, howdy, y'all. How's everyone? How are you, Joseph? Well, I'm doing pretty good. I'm COVID free as far as I know, but my lady, my partner, Karen, has COVID. She failed her pre-surgical COVID test, and had no symptoms at the time, but today she did. And she has this doctor who's been in Orange County forever, and he is beloved, her GP, Dr. Chet, I call him. And he was my mom's doctor, and she passed away in 2002. And he was getting on in years then, but he takes real good care of himself, and he still looks young. He does. And so now, if you're going to have a telemed with Dr. Chet, it ain't gonna be at 12 noon. Ain't gonna be 1 o'clock. He does his telemeds early. Karen had one of the later appointments. He called at 6:45 this morning. 6:45 this morning. Then she later on in the morning, she let me sleep. She buzzed me um, to that we had to go back to the drive-in where she had the COVID test, the drive-in testing, and get a strep test and what have you, because these things can be accompanied with COVID. But so she also he gave her a prescription. She can't, since she's a diabetic, she can't her prescription. She can't, since she's a diabetic, she can't take the most popular COVID drug to lessen the time that you have it and what have you. But she's taking 4 pills a shot 12 times a day. And um, so she's going to be on the mend. Just pray for her, please, and I will too. I we both wore a mask driving down to the test. Of course, I wanted her to wear a mask, and she has to wear one when she's at the testing center, even though it's in open air, basically. So I said, and she said, actually, everyone's going to look at us and say, "There's those stupid people still wearing a mask in the car, and they know each other and they see each other every day," that kind of thing. There they are. They're going to wear a mask to the end of time. That was us today. We pointed that out before. What about the guy walking or riding his bike alone, sometimes in the evening, and he's got the mask on? I don't know what he's trying to stay free from, but there are people that have cancer. There are people that have immunity problems and they're scared. And I always take that into account. There's those, and then there's the bat crap crazy crowd. um well, I don't know that I'm COVID free. I'm going to take the home test. So I won't get too close to you, Joseph. I'll take the home test probably in a few hours to see. As far as I know, I feel okay, but that can be deceiving. And the problem is that when you test positive, it can stay positive for months. They thought, oh, you have to be retested in 7 days. We've changed so many things, right? Contact tracing is gone. They don't do that anymore here in America. I don't know about where you are. If you're in Botswana, it could be a different thing. I haven't heard from Botswana, so let me know if you happen to be watching there. We have a list. You know it. We have a list of states that I've heard from. Right, chair. Right, chair. If your state isn't on it, for sure, let me know. Haven't heard from Maine yet. Haven't heard from Hawaii, Alaska. We have heard from Nevada. I think I put that on the list, right? I think I put Nevada on the list. Oh, let me see. Yeah, there it is. I want to write it twice, but about 6 people watching now. Thank you for your prayers, Susan, that you mentioned earlier, and Shelley B., thank you for your prayers. In terms of countries, we've heard from the USA, Canada, Australia, England, Scotland, Wales, Ireland, South Africa, and the Netherlands. If you're watching from another country, be sure and let me know. Hate any fishy stuff. What are you referring to in terms of Fauciism or something else that I referred to? We are in a world of fishy stuff right now, where the real victims are ignored, so that the progressive communist agenda can be forwarded. They know themselves deep down they're full of crap. And then they portray themselves. D.A. Bragg, who is responsible for the murder of a number of individuals, he let people out who subsequently, within a very short time, he went and murdered. One was a young Asian woman trying to get into her apartment. He murdered her. This guy should have never been released from jail. This is the era. This is the era where we have gone crazy, where we have gone crazy. And DA Bragg tries to present himself as the victim because people aren't going to have it. Every stupid mistake this idiot ever made is going to be exposed now, and it should be, because he took an oath and he's not keeping that oath no more than the president of the United States took an oath and probably doesn't even know where he is today. So, worst president ever, and now all these Soros DAs that are destroying America a little bit more every day. Did I get on my soapbox? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but it's just crazy, whether they're going to indict or they're not going to indict. A misdemeanor that's well past the statute of limitations. It wasn't really a crime to begin with. They're trying to elevate it, and they just they have no interest in the fact that Joe Biden is the big guy getting money from the Ukraine. No wonder we've sent them billions, and China as well. There's just so much dirty laundry in the Biden family. It's unbelievable. I know that there could be people that come here that don't agree with those politics, and you're welcome here too. We're welcome here too. Got about 8 watching right now that I know of, that I know